Okay, we're ready to do project 3. I have 4 of the envelopes cut out and I flipped them upside down, and I'm going to cut off this side right here on each one of them. Okay, so I've got those all done. What I'm going to do now is I've cut out my little blue strips of paper to add my accents to my cardstock. And then what I did is I just cut them down here a little bit farther so that I have the finished edge of them when they come through the die. And I'm just going to line them up right there. And that's just going to give me my really cute little border. So I'm going to do that for all 4 of them. Okay, so now I've got all 4 of them done. Now the important part is I have to remember which side I'm going to flip this over. So this side is going to get flipped over to face this way. So when I glue them together, I need to make sure I have them this way up, or I'm going to make sure that this here goes on top like this when I glue it, because this is going to be my inside of my box. So I'm going to start gluing all of my boxes together. Okay, so now I've got all 4 of them glued together. I'm going to fold this in half so that I can glue the other one. And I need to fold it in so that my designer paper is on the inside. This here is where I'm going to have to fold it over, because that's where my glue is going to go so I can close my box up. Okay, so I'm just going to give my box a few minutes to dry so that the glue, well, not even a few minutes, half a minute probably, to make sure it's dry and ready to go. The box should be good enough and dry enough. I'm just going to open it up the other way and fold it that way. There we go. And then I'm going to put my box upside down. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold over on that score line for each one of those. I'm also going to take my bone folder and just make sure that the crease is nice and sharp. There we go. I'll pull those back up, and I'm going to get ready to glue. Now, because we're going to take 2 pieces of paper, brown, or chocolate chip I should say, and they are 3 inches 1/8 each direction, so that's square, and there's 2 of them. One's for the inside of the box and one is for the outside of the box. So the first thing I'm going to do is the outside. So I'm just going to put those flaps over. Let's bend these ones out so they're out of my way. And I'm just going to put glue all over it. It doesn't matter where the glue is because the chocolate chip is going to go on the bottom. So it doesn't matter when we close up the lid part of it if glue is showing or not. And then I'm going to just close those over, and you're going to see the glue there, and that's not an issue. Just going to hold it down so it catches. Then what I'm going to do is going to take my chocolate chip here and put glue all the way around the edge. Now I'm going to take my box and put this on the base of it. There we go. I've got a nice little grain trim all the way around. I can actually use that to figure out if I'm square or not. If you want to be that picky about it. I'm going to flip it upside down, take my glue bottle and just press it down inside. So it gives the glue a chance to adhere. Then I'm going to take my next chocolate chip piece and put glue around the edge again. And I sort of feel like Zorro. And I'm just going to drop that down inside my box. Okay, so my next thing that I'm going to need to do with my box is fold over my edges and score them. Just make sure they do fold on the score. And then I'm going to take my bold folder and just make sure that the crease is nice and sharp. There. Next, we're going to glue our paper around the trim. This piece is 4 inches by 2 inches, so basically it's going to be a 1/4 inch on each side of my box, and it's just because a 12 by 12 will not fit all the way around here. I need a bit more, so I'm starting off with this little piece in here, and I'm just going to give it a crease of about 1/4 inch. Then I'm going to lay it on the side of my box, so I figure out where my one is on this side. And then I'm going to fold that over so I know where it needs to be. Okay. Then I'm going to put glue down this strip just on the inside of the crease, this strip on the inside, and on the outside. Okay, now I'm going to glue that into place. And I want to leave some of the green here showing as my little border. Just adds a little extra to your box. And I'm just going to hold that down into place. So I'm going to take my next strip of paper, which is 10.5 inches by 2 inches, and I'm going to complete the way around the box. And again, I'm just going to fold over about 1/4 inch to start off with, and get some glue on here to get it started. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up my box so that I can tell basically how wide I need to go with that first level of glue. I'm going to overlap the cardstock that's already there, and I'm going to line it up with my paper that's already on my box, and then continue around the box, gluing it into place. And as you can see, I've got about 1/4 inch paper here that'll finish off my wrap. I'm just holding my box down on each side for a few seconds, just to make sure that the glue's had a chance to adhere. Next, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue on here, and I'm going to glue my sides down all the way around. And now there's my box. It's all done. And I'm just going to add a few little accents to it. So what I did is I took the greenhouse, or the Friends Never Fade stamp set, and I stamped out some images. And then I stamped out double images, so I have the different colors in the centers as well on those. And I'm just going to use those to accent my box. And there we go. We have an adorable little gift box. You can put little treats into it, put a little cello bag in there with some cookies or brownies or candies, and someone is going to love to get that. And that's the end of my 3 projects. Make sure and check out my website, stampinwithsandy.com, for any other additional items that I may have or ideas, and keep watching for my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.